in Mark's gospel, there's this persistent theme of bread throughout the entirety of the gospel. And I've never noticed that before, but I'm finding it super interesting right now. Like I made a video a couple days ago about, when Jesus got in the boat, and it says that the disciples were astonished. He walked on the water, and they were astonished because they didn't understand the miracle of the loaves. And if you didn't see that video, I won't recap it here, but you can go back and watch it. But that theme is consistent throughout the whole gospel. And I'm 2 chapters away from the last one. I'm in chapter 8 today. And again, bread comes up. Jesus he just had this standoff with the Pharisees or the Sadducees or whoever, and he's getting in the boat with everybody, and the disciples are like, "Oh no, what? I forgot to get bread. We only got 1 loaf of bread." And then Jesus is like, "Beware of the leaven of the Sadducees and of Herod." And then the disciples are like, "See, I forgot bread. Here we go." And he gets irritated. Like, I don't know what his tone of voice was, but the text is like, "How is it that you reason among yourselves that you have no bread? Like, do you have ears and not hear? Do you have eyes and not see? Is your heart still hard? Like, how do you not remember? Like, how many basketful of leftovers did you bring with you after we fed these 5,000 and the 7,000?" And they're like, 7 and 12. And he's like, "How is it that you don't remember? How is it you don't understand this?" And I think the reason that Mark makes such an emphasis on that is because that's what we tend to do. Like, we tend to hyper focus on the things that Jesus is like, "Oh, don't worry about that," and the things that he's like, "Oh, bro," he's like, "Be careful of this. Pay attention to this. This will shipwreck your entire life." We're like, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, okay, I got it." But we don't get it. I don't get it. Like, not to the degree that I think I should. So it's like, well, what is the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees and Herod? Like, you could probably do a really deep dive on that, but I think in a nutshell, it's rejection of who Christ says he is, and who he is in your life and who he is in the universe. Because the leaven, the yeast of those 3 goofballs is still active and present in the world today. And you see it all over the place, rejection of who Christ is, because Jesus said, on the flip side of that, Jesus said, like, don't worry about bread. Don't worry about what you're going to wear. Like, here's what you need to worry about. Seek the kingdom and his righteousness, and then all that stuff will be added to you. It's like, it's just a byproduct of living in the kingdom. So it's like, what is required to be in the kingdom? First, it's submission to Christ, who is the king of the kingdom. When you do that, like, you don't worry about bread. And this is anecdotal, but I can testify to that, because I got saved in 97, 7/27/97. And as soon as I came on board and started following Christ, and, "Lord, what do you want me to do with my life?" Like, we never went hungry. We never, my kids never had no clothes or no food. Like, God takes care of that stuff. But the thing you have to focus on is beware of the leaven. Beware of the leaven that any message, any influence, any person who tries to make you minimize Jesus, that's what you have to beware of. So, yeah.